Okay, so I do realize that this is a video that is quite special because I was on the verge of ordering another PC, and now I do 3D renderings and video renderings, and my computer, which is slightly on the old side, it's a Windows computer, it's an i7, it's got a Nvidia GeForce card in it. And recently I've had the thing bombing out because it couldn't handle the renders and probably bombing out much sooner than normal. And I was looking for a solution. Everything that I could get was something that we could take a file here, put it in the cloud. They would render 3D models for you or so forth, and you download it again. But nothing where you could set up a full on computer without going through all the loopholes or diving through the hoops of knowing configurations and remote setups and all the terminal setups and all that sort of thing. I just needed a click button, install a computer, and up and running. And this, I mean, I think it's been going for over 2+ years, probably more. Vagon is the company, vagon.io. Really seamless. And I thought I'd share this with you because from a point of view of going to buy a 30, 40,000 South African Rand machine or even up to 70,000 to get high-end renderers, which I only need at specific times, this is a perfect solution. So what it is a cloud-based machine. So you set up the machine and they have some information on how to go about it, very concise. But yeah, I couldn't record on my local computer. I am on the local computer now, but it's just using my screen. My fans and everything of my local computer are dead silent. It's just streaming from here, from using the screen and using the remote machine. So I'll go through showing that to you. But before I get there, I just want to highlight that one of the problems was with my SketchUp models that I was working with. And let me just show it to you. I'm going to open it up now. Now, what you're seeing here, I am recording inside the virtual machine because I can't even use my local machine's Camtasia setup to record. So I'm recording inside my virtual machine everything that I'm showing you here. So going forward, this is what I'll use. The main thing you've got to balance up with is the cost factor. Whether it's going to be viable. In my case, the machine that I use is very affordable. If I use it specifically just for rendering, then that's where you have the massive save. If I'm going to use it working every day, you've got to sort of do your calculations. And the nice thing is you can jump between a more powerful machine if you want to do, say, a thing that's going to take you 3 days to render on your machine. You can choose like an extremely powerful machine in the cloud to render it and then hop to the other one. So it's the same kind of configuration for your Windows or your Mac machine or your Ubuntu machine that you're loading into. But to do a certain task, you can upgrade the spec, do the job, and then downgrade the spec again. So, yeah, you'll only understand that a bit better when you see it. So my machine was bombing out. Sometimes even if I just got to this point of loading my SketchUp and starting my Inkscape renderer. But I'm going to pull in a file. No, I think I moved this file. Yeah, it might be somewhere else. Let me just go and get it. So it installs a full-on PC. I am working now, and what you're seeing here is a full-on computer. I'm working in the cloud, the whole machine, everything. Okay, let's see, where would it be on my, I think it's on my desktop in Sketchy. There we go. So yeah, SketchUp New Glass. So it loads pretty quickly on my own computer, the SketchUp model, which is this here. Now, what you're seeing here is I'm recording it, but also I'm working in the cloud. This machine is fully in the cloud. I'm just using my screen to see what's going on. Okay, so this was a model that I built in SketchUp. What I have inside here, because I needed some extra light and I was a bit lazy to do multiple configurations, I just took a light unit of Inkscape and did like 200 lights in here. So that's like extremely heavy on a processor. But let me show you how cool this is. So here we go. If I go to, oh, wait, let me just go to the settings here. For those of you who work in Inkscape, it's got hardware, ray tracing, everything, Nvidia, everything is switched on because these guys can give you any configuration that you're looking for. So let me show you now. I'm going to click, let me just go and click the Inkscape. So it's preparing. Now my machine at this stage was, the fan started cooking already. It started going up, and then I was doing a client's work, and like 10 times it just it switches off, and I had to get back on again. And it was quite annoying. And I was looking at this major investment. I thought, man, I use my rendering is like at close to the end of the project, and most of the other things I don't need the high end thing. So can't I just have this machine that's so powerful that I can rent for a while? And I actually went online to see if there were machines that you could rent to buy, and there were a couple there, but their specs weren't anything close to even this system here, you know. So, and I'll get to that now. So let me just see. Okay, so this is extremely kind of a heavy model. So we'll see how it's loading up there. Hopefully you have excited dogs along my neighbors. Sometimes it takes a little while to load in all the elements and the settings and get them over there. If it's a simple scene, it pops in there quickly. But this one is quite heavy. It's got a lot of models in here. Okay, while it's loading here now, oh, there we go. Okay, so I mean, this is how fast it is. Okay, and let me show you here. I mean, this is in the rink area. This is with all of these lights. And I mean, let me just show you. If I go to this light and I go configure it. Oh, no, I tapped the wrong thing. You can see, and this is, in essence, it's the entry-level one that they offer here. And it's got some nice graphic power, everything. More than what I need just to do my projects. So let me see. Here we are. This is the button I was looking for. So I'm going to just push this to high. You'll see how it immediately lights up there in real time. Okay. And when I do my, oops, it's maybe a bit too dark for my render purposes. But anyhow, this is just showing you how responsive it is here. And I'm going to go full screen here now. If I navigate around here, check this out. Okay, I've got it just to refresh at a short period. There's no like massive GPU cards on this one. This one I think has got a RTX GPU that's got 8 megs on board. There's like mega stuff. So this is a kind of a net here, and if you go past this net, you'll see this is a rink that I'm creating for somebody. So the grass here, I can go and make it more realistic, but for the purposes of this particular person, I just wanted to give them a mock-up in the sense. But check this out. I mean, it's this fast. And I am working in, if you could technically call it, in the cloud. Okay, see that coordination in there. If I go to, there we go, rink open. I mean, the video renders of this thing were quite phenomenal to do, just render the videos. If you're going to photorealism, then of course the textures and all, but it's not going to slow it down that much. Okay. Anyhow, so this was where I got stuck and I was struggling, my machine bombing out. And now, let me show you here at highest resolution. So I went to go set. Yeah, I went to set highest quality rendering and output Ultra HD. And look at the speed this thing burns at. So I'm going to just go do a single image. Where can we put this? Okay, that's in pictures. Sometimes this thing hides the actual, oh, there we go. Sometimes it hides behind my actual one screen that I'm working on. So there it pulls it up. Now, by now, my computer would have bombed out because it's too higher settings for it. But if it did do it, it would take something like about 3 or 4 minutes to do this render. And check that. it's pushed out that high quality render for what I want in here. And of course, for those of you, don't be too critical on the materials chosen here, because if you spend a lot of time, you'll be able to get whatever high quality photorealism in. That's not the purpose of this model here. Okay, so yeah, so hopefully you get, and it's busy recording now. I'm recording this video in Camtasia in the cloud on this machine. So there's nothing that you can do on a normal machine that you can't do here. It is an actual machine. So it's not one of those quasi machines that, there's certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. It just works really cool. Okay, so let me get to this machine, and I'm going to go, because I have to record it, I'm recording it inside the machine. So it's called Vegan.io. And I just don't go through the ad ones. You choose one that doesn't have ad next to it, because although if you have it, you can share it with people, and there's a bit of a comeback with it. You can make a few dollars with it. So this is how it is when you log in. Um, I wonder if I can log in while I am logged in. I'm going to probably avoid that for now. So the solutions are, let's look at them there. There's individuals, which I've got, business, enterprise, and there you go. Features, scalable. Now, the scalable part of it is, okay, maybe I should just go through the visual images over here, then you can see. Okay, so yeah, let's see. So this is, I know some guys can do Google something, can give you the ability to do Blender work, use a Blender machine in there, and that's free. But this is another level. This is your full-on machine that you're working on. Okay. Other thing is, if I go to this button here, if I click here, you'll see that these are files, and I've got 5 gigs of files that I can have in here. It's not my computer storage, it's files that I can transfer. And I don't have to be using the machine to transfer files into this area. So if I've got a big file that I want to install or share, I can put it on here while the machine is not connected, and it will still upload for me. So that saves time. Then you can match the resolution. Guys use it for gaming here also, and it shows you there have been 49 minutes on here. And here is your audio. You can go full screen, which I'm on now, your mic, your game mode. Yeah. And then also you have an auto turn off. If you, for example, leave the thing and you forget it on because it's running a cost up, this thing can automatically turn off. It's really cool. So we're going to go look at some of the systems that are available. But you can go onto this page and see it for yourself. Okay. Let's go to the pricing. I think this is what's quite appealing. So in my case, I need a machine. Although I need this machine to, when I get to use it for rendering and all that, I'm tending to sort of see that the value proposition is even better just to come on and work on it, choose a low level machine, work on it, and then, when I want to kind of render in the vegan space, I then upgrade the machine. So it's pay per use, so you can get like a $1.39, $1.69, $2, $3, up to about $11 per hour of usage. And storage, a fee is about, I think it's standard at like about $8 or $9 a month. So that storage is to do your installation, everything. It's not that 5 gig I showed you earlier that you transfer files in. So I transfer files onto my virtual machine when I'm done with them. As far as physical files, I then transfer them off again. Okay, so let's go here. These are the machines that we're using. So I've got some dogs barking in the background, but I'll use some AI to remove that. And that should clear up the background dog barking noises. Because if I depend on waiting for these dogs to keep quiet sometime during the day when I'm making these videos, I'll probably never make any videos. Okay, so here's the packages. So on the left here, this is the Spark, and you can see I'm using this one here, the Planet. And the reason why, the computer, when I installed and I said I wanted, it's got, let me just mention this. When you install it, it gives you a lot of programs that are available that it can install for you and you use automatically. Okay, something like DaVinci Resolve is there, the Adobe products. Now, DaVinci Resolve has got a studio version, which I have. I then uploaded that and installed that version because it's got some features that I need. But if you don't have the software, they've got set softwares that you can upload. So you don't have to install their software that they're giving you, but it's free there for you to do so. So I said I needed DaVinci and I think Unreal Engine. And based on that, it basically gave me this Planet. Was it Planet? Yeah, I think it was the Planet one. Yeah, it gave me this machine and did the install. And this one's got 16 gigs RAM, 16 gigs Nvidia T4 GPU. And you can see if you need a job that you need to render much quicker than normal, you can see you can get to that machine. This one has four 16 gig Nvidia cards that it runs. This one here also can run four 24 gigabyte GPUs. So it's like, but here you're going to be paying like 11 dollars or $12 an hour. So if you've got a massive project, a deadline, and you want this thing to cook it out, you you install the thing, and when you want to run the render, you say you want to use the lava. When it's finished with the render, then you shut the machine down, and you can then go back to your normal one. Or you could even have one of these basic ones at the bottom here. So it's really cool. Okay, let's just go here. So there we go. There's programs for teams. I don't touch onto that. If you have a company and you want to use that, I think that would be great. But this is my personal one. So this is the package that I have. Nice thing, you can drag and drop files from your local computer, which I'm working on now, into this virtual computer. Okay, so it's just drag and drop setup. But I prefer using that special transfer window that they have. So when your virtual computer is off, you can still load it up there. Okay, so that's my $7.99 a month plus my actual usage that I have over time. Yeah, and that's it. I'm going to just minimize this now. As you see, every time I go here, it hovers, there's an X here. It's because I'm in full screen mode. So if I go here and I just bring it down. Well, that was interesting. This is an extra recording that I'm doing. I minimized it, and then the audio went off, which makes correct sense because I'm now minimizing it and it's now giving my actual computer the audio control. So while I'm working fully in the virtual one has control over my audio. If I click outside of that, it's going to give my actual computer. So you must just be aware of that. So this last part of the recording is just to close off the video and just to say, like, okay, if you're looking at a solution like this, it might be a great solution for you where you don't have to upscale and invest, and you can do your projects as I've done it now. So I'm just doing a post-production to close off this. So have a fantastic day, be blessed, and shalom to everyone.